It's another flop. I shouldn't say that. Out of the 3 Mortal Kombat movies that we have, it's probably the best. But that's not saying much. The other movies are goofy, and Annihilation is fucking horrible. And, of course, the original Mortal Kombat has its own problems, but this movie was set up to be something great. A reboot of the franchise. We finally get to see a good Mortal Kombat film, and it is just as generic as it can be. Look, the fights and everything are cool. The blood is cool. But, like, the movie isn't anything that we haven't seen before. It's just... The one thing that it has going for it is that the acting is okay. It's pretty good. I did enjoy some of the characters, but surprisingly, this Mortal Kombat movie does not have that many Mortal Kombat characters. It's got a few, but overall, the film is generic, I guess would be the word. The film, there's hardly any focus, really, on what's important. The main characters, while they are likable, and the acting is pretty good, the main characters feel, I guess cliche would be the word. Sonya's okay, and Kano's decent, but the main character is not interesting. Like the main character is a descendant of Scorpion. So, okay. But, like, that's not where the focus should be. Liu Kang is in it, but he's not the center focus. Now, if they wanted to go more down the road of Scorpion being the main character of the film, that's okay. They can do that. They can show his side, but that's not the case. This guy is not Scorpion. This is a descendant who I'm convinced is not in the games. As far as I know, he's not in the games. And honestly, Scorpion in this movie, he shows up just like at the end. The final battle with Sub-Zero. And another thing, it paints Sub-Zero as a bad guy, which that wasn't the case in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Sub-Zero killed Scorpion's family, but it paints Sub-Zero as a heartless monster. Sub-Zero's clan did kill Scorpion's family, but that was because they were rival clans. It wasn't Sub-Zero who actually killed his family. He helped, and the clan did, but in the end, it wasn't Sub-Zero, it was somebody else, and that's why Scorpion vouches not to kill Sub-Zero's younger brother, the newest Sub-Zero. And that's kind of a problem for me. Another big problem that I have is that Cole is not Scorpion. Cole is not Scorpion in any way. And I don't know why they didn't just have Scorpion. Have the film be about Scorpion. Why have him a descendant? The character is not interesting. Like, he's a boxer with a family, or a UFC fighter, cage fighter, whatever. And he loses, but it doesn't even make sense. His character arc is completely generic. It's exactly what you would expect. But overall, the movie is not that good. And the character is not interesting. Just have it be about Scorpion. If that's what you want to do, then do that. Another problem that I have is that overall, it does not make any sense. Now, the main plot is okay. It's kind of generic and pretty much what we've seen before. Basically, a bad guy invades Earthrealm and wants to take it. But this is where I have a problem. Some of the fights really don't make sense. Like, Melina's okay. She looks decent. I mean, she does kind of look a little weird, and doesn't really, and she's not Asian but that's, I don't know. But, like, there's no Johnny Cage in this movie, which, in my opinion, is a little weird, because Johnny Cage was always kind of a part of the series. I understand why they did it, because in the other films, Johnny Cage was unlikable, but in the games, he was kind of a cool guy. I mean, I don't know why they took him out and replaced him with Cole or whatever, but the movie, I don't know how to explain this. The fight scenes are good, but they don't make sense. For instance, Goro fights the main character, Cole. Well, okay, but then if they do make a sequel, who's going to be the final boss? And that's another problem I have. Goro dies in the film to Cole, okay? But Cole is not fit to fight Goro. And let's not even get into Cole's outfit. I do not like it. His outfit is horrible. But Cole's entire character does not make sense, if that makes any sense. He's able to beat Goro, but he can't beat Sub-Zero? Like Sub-Zero wasn't more powerful than Goro. It doesn't make sense. Another problem that I have, that's actually kind of a big one, and this is actually probably my most serious problem. The film is called Mortal Kombat. Okay, that makes sense. It's about the characters from Mortal Kombat. But Mortal Kombat does not ever take place. Like, the tournament never takes place, which is the biggest and dumbest thing you could have done. Now, Mortal Kombat Annihilation didn't have the tournament. It just had the events of the second game, with Shao Kahn invading Earthrealm, but that movie sucked. And there's no Mortal Kombat in this movie. Like, none. And why it's... you can't have a Mortal Kombat film without Mortal Kombat and expect it to be good. It doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be called Mortal Kombat then. Mortal Kombat is the tournament. It's mentioned, but overall, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't happen. Raiden is pretty good in this. I will admit, I was convinced that this was a good Raiden. Liu Kang was not the main focus, obviously. And that's a problem. Because clearly what they're trying to do is they're trying to make their own spin on the Mortal Kombat tale. Guess what? Guess why that doesn't work? Look, you can have your own things and your own opinions about Mortal Kombat in this movie, but one thing that needs to stay consistent is the main character. Now, if they're making something like Mortal Kombat Scorpion or Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero or whatever, that's fine, just call it that and have the focus be on those characters. This is titled as Mortal Kombat, which, when I was going into this, I was expecting it to follow the first game. So, all of these characters join together to fight in a tournament, and it would be Liu Kang. Now, they wanted to shift the focus. That's okay, it's just they don't do it well. The blood in this is definitely good. It's definitely, we can get that out of the way. But it doesn't excuse the fact that Liu Kang can't even beat Cable, which doesn't make sense. Because, first of all, if he can take down Goro, first of all, why doesn't he fight Goro? And second of all, why is this movie not about Liu Kang? The movie, this is how I think the movie should go. And this is the last bit of thing that I'll say. But Liu Kang should have been the focus. And Scorpion and Sub-Zero should have been beating the hell out of each other all throughout the film. It should, you know what? Just follow Mortal Kombat 9. That game was awesome. I don't know why they didn't do it, but they didn't. And it's disappointing to see another Mortal Kombat fail. Hopefully one day they make a good Mortal Kombat film, but this is just not that. It's just another flop. So, thanks for listening to me rant. Peace out, guys.